guys, this is Jessica with Chapter Chicks. You guys have asked for an updated bookshelf tour, so here it is. Okay guys, I have the same bookshelves that Stacy have. It's the Billy bookcases from IKEA in the black-brown color. These are really great shelves. I really recommend them. They're about $80 at IKEA. They have 6 shelves, which is really useful. They're very tall and very sturdy. Each shelf can hold up to 66 pounds, and I've never had a shelf even look like it's about to break, and I fill mine up with books, as you guys are about to see. So if you are looking for a sturdy, strong bookshelf to get, I definitely recommend the IKEA Billy black-brown bookcases. Okay, so here is my first bookshelf. As you can see up there, I have one of the Borders Young Adult sign. My dad was really nice and went and got a couple of them for me and my sister, so I put them on my bookshelf. I'm planning on getting it laminated or doing something to it to preserve it a little better, but until then it's just hung up there. So the first book I have is Dead Witch Walking by Kim Harrison. The second book is an Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs, just a fun little book that I can use in reference to magical books and things like that. I have a book on mythology, and I know you guys are going to ask about this, so it is by Arthur Cotterell and Rachel Storm. The next book I have is Once Dead, Twice Shy by Kim Harrison, and both of those Kim Harrison books are signed. She is actually the first author I went to go see. The next book I have is Elsewhere, and I have not read that. I have actually read Once Dead, Twice Shy. The next 3 books are by Lori Farias Dollars. There's Project 17, Deadly Little Secret, and Deadly Little Lies. I've read Deadly Little Secret, but I have not read the other 2. The next book I have is Wicked Witch and Curse. It is the very first bind-up I've ever bought, and I actually haven't read it. The next book I have is The Complete Works by Jane Austen. I haven't read this as a whole, but I have read several Jane Austen books and really like them. The next book I have is My Soul to Save by Rachel Vincent. I haven't read this because after I bought it, I figured out that it wasn't the first one, and I have yet to get the first one. The next book I have is Willow. I haven't read this either, but I've heard good things and bad things about it. I have Need and Captivate by Carrie Jones. I've read Need, but I haven't read Captivate. Stacy has actually read all of them. There's a third one after this that I have yet to buy. The next 3 books are the Darkest Powers trilogy by Kelly Armstrong. There is The Summoning, The Awakening, and The Reckoning, and I have read all 3 of those books and really enjoyed them. Then I have my 2 manga series, Black Butler and Pandora Hearts. After that, I have the only Lurleen McDaniel book I actually own, and it is Angels in Pink. I read it a really long time ago, but I really don't even remember anything about it anymore. The next set of books I have is the House of Night series by PC and Kristen Cass. There is Marked, Betrayed, Chosen, Untamed, Hunted, Tempted, Burned, and Awakened, and the Fledgling Handbook. The only one I haven't read is Awakened. Okay, so this is my next shelf. Over here I have my dictionary. I think that everyone should have a dictionary on their bookshelf just because reading is one thing that makes you totally literate, and it doesn't really help very much if you don't learn the new words that are in the text. So a dictionary is very useful. I also have the first book in the Morganville Vampire series in mass production paperback, and this is by Rachel Kane. I actually really like that series, and those are the original covers, so I'm thinking about going through and getting them all in mass production paperback anyways. Then I have an adult series by Sherilyn Kenyon. It's the Dream Hunter series. It's the first 4 in them, but there is more. Underneath of that, I have the His Dark Material series by Philip Pullman. There's The Golden Compass, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass. I've read all of those, but it was before I actually started reviewing books. Then in here, I have my swag bag. It has all of the different swag that I've got. There's these popsicle sticks in here, and I know you guys are going to ask about them. So what this is the date that I started a book, and then also the title of that book and the author. I used to use those as bookmarks, but I do not do that anymore. That's why those are just like thrown in there. Then I have 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. I have the Forest of Hands and Teeth series by Carrie Ryan, the Forest of Hands and Teeth, Dead Tossed Waves, and the Dark and Hollow Places. All three of those are signed by Carrie Ryan, and I loved her. She was awesome to meet. Down here I have this little zombie dog and this little zombie in front of my series kind of representing. Then I have How to Be a Zombie. This is kind of like an ology book, but it looks really cute. I haven't read it or done a review on it or anything, but I will if you guys ask for one. Then I have Zombies vs. Unicorns, which is an anthology. This is edited by Holly Black and Justine Larbelestier. I cannot say her name, I'm so sorry. I have the Carrie Ryan one signed in this, though, and I'm planning on sending it off and getting the whole book signed by each of the authors. Next, I have Beastly and A Kiss in Time. Both of these are by Alex Flynn. I have only read Beastly. I have not read A Kiss in Time. Then I have Freak Magnet, which is signed. I won it from Christy at the Story Siren. Then I have Fallen and Torment. I've read Fallen, but I haven't read Torment. And I have The Betrayal of Natalie Hargrove, and all three of those are by Lauren Kate. This is my next shelf on this bookshelf. I have an extra copy of Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. I have Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. I have Nightly Academy by Violet Haberdasher. I have Forgive My Sins by Tara Lynn Childs. Bad Girls Don't Die by Kate Alander. Coffee House Angel by Suzanne Selfers. Reality Check by Jen Colanita. And I have read all of those except for Coffee House Angel, and I plan on reading that soon because it looks really good. I have Eyes Like Stars, Sherilyn Kenyon's Infinity, Catherine Fisher's Incarceron, and Daughters of the Sea. And I have not read any of those. Right over here I have my copy of Midnight Sun. I have shown this before. As you guys may know, Stephanie Meyer put up part of Midnight Sun on her website, and my boyfriend was being super awesome and printed me off a copy of it so I could read it at my leisure, and had it bound for me because he's awesome. I'll just leave that there for now. Then right next to all those I have Betrayal and Deception. Deception is the first one, Betrayal is the second one, and I have read Deception and not Betrayal. These are by League Nichols. I have Prophecy of the Sisters by Michelle Zink, which I have read. The first book in the Emily the Strange series, The Lost Days, and the first Vampire Beach bind-up by Alex Duvall. Then I have the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. All of these are signed. I have Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, Spiritbound, and Last Sacrifice. And then over here I have Ash by Melinda Lowe, which I've read. Jessica's Guide to Dating on the Dark Side by Beth Fantasky, which I've read. I have the first book in the Drake Chronicles, Hearts at Stake by Alexandra Harvey. And then I have the first book in the Vampire Diaries, Stephen's Diaries series called Origins, and I have read that. I have Other by Karen Kinsey, Wonder Strange by Leslie Livingston, Poison Study by Mariah V. Snyder, The Dust of 100 Dogs by A.S. King, Ruined, The Fairy Path, Carpe Diem, and Glimmerglass by Jenna Black. All of those I have not read up to Vampire Diaries. And then I have Bleed by Lori Farias Dollars, which I've read, and Impossible by Nancy Whalen, which I've read. Okay, so this is the next shelf that I have. Over here I have the Lost Journal of Indiana Jones, which is kind of like an ology book. I haven't read it. I have The Oracle Betrayed by Catherine Fisher, and I don't know if that is by the same Catherine Fisher who wrote Incarceron or not. I always intend to look it up after I do bookshelf tours and realize that, but I never do. I have The Improper Life of Bezelia Grove by Susan Gregg Gilmore. I have Hunted by N.M. Brown. I haven't read that or any of those. I have Evernight, the first three books in the Evernight series by Claudia Gray, and I have read Evernight, but I didn't read these two because I wasn't a huge fan of Evernight. I have The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, which I have not read. I have the Poison Eater series by Holly Black, Tithe, Valiant, and Ironside. All of those are signed, but I have not read them. I have the first two books in the Curse Workers series by Holly Black, White Cat, and Red Glove. White Cat is actually signed, but Red Glove is not. I have the first two books in the Demon's Lexicon series by Sarah Reese Brennan. Both of these are signed. I have not read either of them. I have the first book in the Cirque du Freak series by Darren Shan, A Living Nightmare. I've read this a while ago and I really thought it was really cute. I have Graceling by Kristen Kishore. I have not read this. I started it once but didn't finish it. I just kind of wasn't in the mood for this kind of story. but I've heard really great things about it. I have the first book in the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd, 8th Grade Bites. I have not read that. I have Wicked Girls, and this is supposed to be in poetry form, and I have not read that. I haven't read any books in poetry form before. I have the Dreamhouse King series, the complete series. I've read the first 3, House of Dark Shadows, Watcher in the Woods, and Gatekeepers, but I have yet to read Timescape, Whirlwind, or Frenzy, and Frenzy was actually signed. Robert Liparulo actually sent me a copy, so that's pretty awesome. That's a really good series. Over here I have Hush Hush and Crescendo by Becca Fitzpatrick. I have read Hush Hush, but I have yet to read Crescendo. I have the first book in the Anna Godbertson series, Deluxe. I have Moonlight Falls by Vincent Zandri, and I have the first book in paperback of The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. It's the Percy Jackson series. Okay, so for this shelf and the bottom shelf, I'm not really going to say much about them just to save time. Not a single thing has changed on them since the last time I did a bookshelf tour. I haven't moved a single book. That's kind of my riffraff books. There's a couple young adult books down there, but not a lot. The only series I want to make mention of is the Caroline B. Cooney series. That's a really great series, and I'm totally planning on rereading that really soon. Okay, so here is my next bookshelf. As you can see, it's kind of riff-raffed right now. I'm in the middle of cleaning everything up, but this is kind of where I just stick things if I need to stick things. Right here I have all of my ARCs. I like to keep them all in one place. That way I can keep up with what I have read and what I haven't read ARC-wise. Over here I have Rules to Rock By. I have Rose Sees Red. I have Alien Invasion and Other Inconveniences. I have Invisible Things. I have XVI. I have The Twins' Daughter. I have Paranormalcy. I have Where the Truth Lies. I have Please Excuse Vera Diets. I have Other Words for Love. I have Wishful Thinking. I have Flirt Club. I have Mad Love. I have Babe in Boyland. The Vespertine. Sean Griswold's Head. Jersey Tomatoes Are the Best. Born at Midnight. An Arc of the Dark and Hollow Places, and that's also signed. Wither. Through Her Eyes. The Gathering. Instructions for a Broken Heart. Flawless. Tempest Rising. Haunting Violet. Small Town Sinners. 2 copies of The Near Witch, and a copy of All These Things I've Done. Over here I have this picture of me and my boyfriend at prom junior year. And then right here is a cup that I was making for my sister. That's Stacy, that's me. There's books all around and stuff like that. This is with the old, not so good paint that I was using, so I haven't finished it, and she's really mad at me because I was supposed to finish it a really long time ago so she'd have a coffee cup to drink coffee out of, but I have yet to finish it, so I should probably do that soon before she gets mad at me. Right there is where I stick all of my books in my haul pile. I don't want you to keep peeking because I'm going to be doing a haul soon. Right here I have my Pikachu piggy bank. I have flowers, I have pineapples, and I have Earl Grey tea. What a random selection on a shelf. But pineapples are for lunch, and Earl Grey is my favorite tea. So over here you're probably wondering why I'm such a loser that I have one of the stock frames, or one of the stock pictures in my frame. But the story behind that is, I have to tell you since I already showed you, me and my boyfriend went to the circus and we went to one of the Great Lakes, and I got a whole bunch of shells from the Great Lakes, so I'm going to glue them on this picture frame, and I have yet to do it. And after I do that, I'm going to put this picture in this package in it. So I'm not that big of a loser, I'm just kind of crafty and procrastinating. So yes. Then I have this porcelain doll, which is the Jessica porcelain doll, and it was my grandmother's, so it's up there watching over me and my bookshelf and all that good stuff. This is my desk, which is right underneath of that and right in between my 2 bookshelves. You guys can probably see that in videos. But the only really book-related things I have on here is, there's a picture of me and Stacy and Carrie Ryan. Woo woo! There's my microphone that I record things with. That is a signed poster by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll of Beautiful Darkness. I won that off of Twitter. And then I have a Beastly poster. And that's all really book-related things I have going on over there. So this is what my next bookshelf looks like. The first shelf is dedicated to all things Harry Potter. As you can see, I have my second young adult sign up there from Borders. I have the Tales of the Beetle of the Bard, and then years 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of the Harry Potter series. When I moved out a while ago, you guys probably know if you watched me from YA Fiction Freaks, I used to have my own apartment. I somehow lost book 2. I actually lost book 3 too, but found it, but did not find book 2. And I am determined to find it, so I refuse to buy another one. Right here I have my Ultimate Edition of the movie, the first movie. My boyfriend bought it for me, it's awesome. Then right here, Stacy takes a clay class that she's really, really into, and she asked me what I wanted her to make me since I was making her a cup, which I have not finished yet. But I told her to make me a tree bookend because we have this thing where we're really into creepy trees for some reason. And we have this, and I have decided that it is the Whomping Willow, and it will protect and hold up all of my Harry Potter things. All the things Harry Potter are held up by the Whomping Willow tree. And then right here, this is also Stacy's, but don't tell her because I stole it. And I've decided that that's Gandalf, and he is also watching over Harry Potter. Right here is my second shelf. It's kind of my favorites shelf, although not all of my favorites are on here, but this is just some of the main ones. I have the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass, and then now City of Fallen Angels. I haven't read City of Fallen Angels yet. I have read these 3, but I'm rereading them to get back up to City of Fallen Angels. And then I have, you can't see it because it's so shiny, but it's Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, and it is, I don't know what that series is called, Clockwork series? The Internal Devices series. It's the first book in that. And then right here you guys can see I have The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. I am a huge fan of that series, as you guys all know. And then right here, you're probably wondering why I have children's papers, but I work at a daycare, and when I write out notes for my video reviews, I write them on that. Then right here I have my Twilight series. As you guys can see, I'm missing a book in this series as well. Same thing happened with Chamber of Secrets. It got lost in the move, and I will find it because I left it here. It's around here somewhere. But I have Twilight, New Moon, and Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. And then I also have The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, which I have not read yet. I have also the Twilight graphic novel and the Twilight movie. I have read the graphic novel, but I have not read The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. And as you guys can see, I only have Twilight up here. Me and Stacy both bought New Moon, and for some reason, we can't find either of them. And then we have not bought Eclipse yet because we just didn't really feel like it. And then I have the Iron Face series by Julie Kagawa. There's the Iron King, the Iron Daughter, and the Iron Queen. I have read all of these. I have yet to do a video review on the Iron Queen, but I will be doing that soon. And as you guys can see, this is a little different than the other ones. That one's actually an arc. You can't really tell that much, I guess. But Alex sent that to me from Electrifying Reviews because he knows how much I love it. And I have yet to buy my own. The Iron King, I want to show you guys. I know I haven't showed you any of the other signatures, but I actually have a book plate in the Iron King, and it has Grimm on it, and it's really cute. And then I have the Iron Daughter signed by Julie Kagawa. I do not have, unfortunately, the Iron Queen signed, but I will get it signed eventually, I'm sure. And then right there I have Super Hottie McHot Stefan and other Super Hottie McHot Damon. And they are watching over my bookshelf as well. Then down here is my next bookshelf. I have A Great and Terrible Beauty, Rebel Angels, and The Sweet Far Thing by Libba Bray. I have read A Great and Terrible Beauty, but not the other 2. I have Are You Going to Kiss Me Now by Sloane Tannen, which I have not read. I have Major Tales and Poems by Edgar Allan Poe. I have Unearthly by Cynthia Hand, which I have read. I have Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithon, which I've read. It's my very first John Green book that I've read, and I really liked it. I'm really looking forward to getting the other ones. I have The Goddess Test by Amy Carter, The Grimm Legacy by Polly Schulman, The Wedding by Nicholas Sparks. All 3 of these I have not read. And then I have Intertwined by Gina Showalter. I read this a really long time ago and really liked it, and I've been waiting for Unraveled to come out on paperback so I can finish the series or continue on in the series. I have Generation Dead and Kiss of Life by Daniel Waters, And I read Generation Dead, but not Kiss of Life, but I really like Generation Dead. Then I have Divergent by Veronica Roth, which I really liked. And inside Divergent by Veronica Roth, I have stuck my Paul McCartney ticket stub. Stacy and I and my mom and dad went to go see Paul McCartney, which was awesome. And there's some confetti from the concert. And I stuck it in Divergent because I knew it would keep it safe. Then I have Star-Crossed. And then I have Pathfinder up here on a little higher thing because I got that book stuck under there. And this is by Orson Scott Card. I have not read either of these books. I have Rampant, Starlighter. Neither of those I have read. And then I have Gone by Michael Grant, which I have just finished yesterday, and I thought it was really good. I'll be doing a review on it soon. I have Cracked Up to Be and Fall for Anything by Courtney Summers. I read Fall for Anything and really, really liked it, and people said Cracked Up to Be was another good one, so I got it. I have Mistwood by Leah Sipes. I've read it, didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, but I have yet to do a review on it. You guys will see that soon. I have Angel Fire. I have All Unquiet Things, and I have Between Shades of Grey, although you can't see it very well because of the light. And then underneath, holding all these up, I have Romancing the Vampire. I'm sure you guys have seen that in Stacy's bookshelf tour, my bookshelf tour, my haul, and Stacy's haul because we both have it. She pays $50 for hers. I got mine for $5. Okay, so this is my next shelf that I have. Ignore the Coke can. That's my next shelf. Down here, I have Buffy the Vampire Slayer's bind-ups 1, 2, and 3. I haven't read any of those. I have Torn by Erica O'Rourke, Another Faust, Wake by Lisa McMahon, Just Listen by Sarah Dessen, The Iron Witch by Karen Mahoney, The Mediator bind-up, the first one, by Meg Cabot, The Dragon Heir. I know I don't have any of the other ones, but this was on sale for like $3. And then I have the Blue Blood series by Melissa De La Cruz, the first book. And then I have The Alchemist by Nicholas Flamel. I have not read any of those books. And then I have Solid by Shelley Workinger, which I have read and really liked. I have Percival's Angel and Merlin's Harp. I have Molly Ringwald's biography. I have Raven Wild. I have Walk the Wild Road. I have The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, and I have not read any of those. And then right here I have the Sweep series by Kate Tiernan. I've read all the way up to number 8, I think. And then I have Belle watching over my bookshelf. I can't get to this bookshelf as easily because this is in the way. But down here I have the first 2 books in the Night World series by L.J. Smith. I've read Secret Vampire, and that is it. I have the first 2 books in the Secret Circle series, also by L.J. Smith. I've read the first one, the first bind-up. I have the first 2 books in the Vampire Diaries series, also by L.J. Smith. But I read Hannah's when I first started reading them, so I've read both of those, but I do not have all of the ones that I've read. And I just want to say that the show is so much better than the books, but I have Book 1, Book 2, Book 6, and Book 7 of A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. I have read the first one and thought it was really cute, so I'm planning on continuing on with those. I have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I just did a review on that not too long ago if you want to hear a little bit more about it, but I really did like it. I have Siren by Trisha Rayburn. I haven't read it, but I really plan on reading it soon. It used to have a different cover, and I didn't know that, but I like this cover way better. And I have Firelight by Sophie Jordan, which I really liked. And how cool is it that that dragon is just chilling by firelight? Just saying. And then down there, my mom shoved my MacBook box in there. I don't know why I kept it. I don't know why I'm still keeping it, but I will continue to keep it. And then I have my book bag, which I haven't done anything with yet. But I've noticed people doing really cute how I organize my bookshelf, or my book bag things. So if you want me to do one, I might do one on my personal channel. And then over here, I know the lighting is going to be terrible because of the windows behind there, but over here I have my next bookshelf. You're probably wondering what those are. That's a green wig, that's my boy wig, and that is my Gandalf wig. Stacy and I are planning on doing some pretty creative videos with those, so look out for that. Okay, so this is the first shelf that I have. Over here I have the kid table. I have the first 3 books in the Sookie Stackhouse series by Charlaine Harris. Dead Until Dark, Living Dead in Dallas and Club Dead. I've read the first two, and so far they've pretty much just coincided with the series if you watch True Blood. And then right here I have these little fish. I used to really like fish, so I got glass fish somewhere. I don't remember where. And then I have shells from Jersey. I have the first 3 books in the Wicked Lovely series by Melissa Marr. I have the Princetta too. I don't know if I said that. I've read Wicked Lovely, and I'm currently listening to an audiobook of Ink Exchange, but I haven't listened to it in a really long time, so I'll probably start it over. Or I might just grab the book and read it. I have the first book in the Evermore series by Alison Noel. I don't know if I have that signed or not. I think I do. Yeah, I have that signed. I have Shade by Jerry Smith Reddy, which is also signed. And I have Tattoo by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have not read any of those 4 books. I have Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. I haven't read it, but Stacey and I were planning on reading that sometime soon. I have the first 6 books in paperback of the Pretty Little Liars series by Sarah Shepard. I'm not sure which one of these I've actually read. I'd have to check the blog, and I don't feel like doing that. So, those are the Pretty Little Liars series that I have. I know there's another one in paperback, but I have yet to buy it. Right here I have, if you guys have been following us for a while, you know that we used to have a pug. Her name was Clary, and she ran away, and that was one of her first toys that I ever bought her. So I kept that up there just to kind of remember her by. I have The Lion Game by Sarah Shepard. I have Reunion of the Untouchables and That Day in September. I haven't read any of those 3 books. I have I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Lore. I have Revolution by Jennifer Donnelly, which I have not read. I haven't read I Am Number 4 either. I have Elixir by Hilary Duff, which I really, really liked. And I have Nightshade by Andrea Kramer, which I also really, really liked, although I'm very upset about these covers because they were so gorgeous, and now they've redone them, and now my series will not match, which I think is so unfair because I was a fan first, and now that it's popular, they redid it, and now I have this one and not the matching ones. And I know that Philomel did a little thing where you could get a cover like this, a new dust cover with the thing, but I missed it. And now I have this cover that doesn't match, and I'm sad. So, yes. Then I have my next shelf. I have Shiver in Babe and Boyland. Another copy. That's actually Gina's Shiver. I borrowed it from her forever ago, and actually I borrowed this one from her, but this one I bought for her because I ruined her first one. It's like all wrinkly, and so I bought that one for her to be nice, but I haven't given it to her yet. Then I have The Water Wars by Cameron Stratcher. I've read that. I have Among the Ghosts. I have Wish by Alexandra Boulin, which I've read. I have Dreaming Anastasia and Haunted by Joy Preble. I did not enjoy Dreaming Anastasia, so I have not read Haunted yet. I have Kevin's Point of View by Del Shannon, which I have yet to read, but I really need to because it looks really cute. I have Falling Under by Gwen Hayes, and I've read that. And I have Remember Me by Christopher Pike. I have The Maze Runner, which I haven't read. I haven't read Christopher Pike's book either. I have not read The Hollow yet. The next book I have is The Body Finder by Kimberly Durting, and I've read that and I really liked it. I actually thought I had the second one, but I guess I don't. I have House Rules by Jodi Picoult. I do not know where this book came from, but it's here. I have an eaten copy of The Vampire Academy. My dog liked to nom on it, so she thought it was good too. I have Eat, Pray, Love, which I actually have not read. I didn't really enjoy the movie too much, and I heard the book was worse. I have Beautiful Creatures and Beautiful Darkness by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. I have Beautiful Creatures signed, but not Beautiful Darkness. I have The Adoration of Jenna Fox, which I have not read, and Sisters Red by Jackson Pierce, which I have not read. Crossing Over, which I have not read. And I have Infinite Days by Rebecca Maisel, and I have Enchanted Ivy, which I have read. I've read Infinite Days and Enchanted Ivy. I have Perfect Chemistry by Simone Elkeles, and I have not read this yet, but I plan on reading this really, really soon because I Eat Words did a review on it, and it looks really good, and I'm reading that soon because of her. Then I have The Dark Divine by Bree Despain, which I have read. I actually listened to the audiobook, and I totally do not recommend doing that because the book is actually better if you do not listen to the audiobook. Then I have The Norrisan Chronicles, The Lost Boy by Mark Sheldon, and I have All You Get Is Me, and those two books I have not read. Then down here is my next shelf. Again, sorry about the light. I have the whole Percy Jackson and the Olympian series by Rick Riordan in hardback. I bought a box set of it from Borders when they were doing a really good coupon day. The second one is not currently in there because it is in my book bag because it's what I'm reading right now. So I've read The Lightning Thief and I'm currently reading the second one. I have Red Riding Hood, which I have not read because I was so angry that after I learned that they didn't include the ending because you have to watch it in the movie. I think that's really silly. I have the first book in the Looking Glass Wars series. I plan on getting all of these because they look really good. I have the first 3 books in the Devouring series, The Devouring, Solstice, and Fearscape. I've read The Devouring and really enjoyed it. I've just kind of been saving these 2. And there's another one out, I believe, that just recently came out in paperback that I need to pick up. Then I have the 4 books that are currently out in the Morganville Vampires bind-ups by Rachel Kane. I don't know if you guys have heard me rant and rave about these books yet, but I love them. I've read the first 2, and I think that they are spectacular. And then I have this cool little box, which me and Stacey both got one for Christmas, and it has all kinds of tea in it, because we're big tea drinkers. Well, I'm a big tea drinker. Stacey's not as much. But that is all that I have in my bookshelf. There's that one that's on top of my dresser. I have that one over there. I have those hanging up there, and I have that one over there. If you guys want me to read any of the books and review them for you, please let me know because I would be happy to do so. But I cannot guarantee when it would happen.